5 terrifying true horror stories from Reddit. Hey there, horror fans! Welcome back to another spine-chilling episode of Scaretastic. Today, we're diving deep into the dark depths of Reddit to uncover some of the most terrifying true horror stories shared by real people. Story 1. The Window Watcher. Our first story comes from a young woman who experienced a living nightmare. One night, as she was getting ready for bed, she noticed a strange man standing outside her bedroom window, just staring at her. Frozen with fear, she quickly called the police, but by the time they arrived, the man had vanished. The worst part? This wasn't the last time she saw him. For weeks, the mysterious figure would appear at her window, watching her every move. It wasn't until she installed security cameras that she finally caught a glimpse of his face. Turns out, it was her neighbor, a man she had trusted and even considered a friend. Talk about a betrayal of trust. Story 2. The Hitchhiker. Picture this. You're driving down a deserted highway in the middle of the night when you see a lone hitchhiker on the side of the road. Being the kind-hearted person you are, you decide to pull over and offer them a ride. Big mistake. As soon as they get in your car, you realize something's not quite right. They start asking personal questions and making unsettling comments. That's when you notice the knife in their hand. What would you do in this situation? Fight for your life or risk becoming another cautionary tale? Story 3. The Basement Dweller. When a young couple moved into their new home, they were thrilled to have finally found their dream house. However, their excitement quickly turned to horror when they discovered they weren't alone. Strange noises started coming from the basement, and items would go missing, only to reappear in odd places. One night, the husband decided to investigate, armed with a flashlight and a baseball bat. What he found in the basement will haunt him forever. There, in the corner, was a disheveled man, surrounded by piles of their belongings. Turns out, he had been living there for months, watching their every move. Story 4. The Smiling Man. Have you ever encountered someone who just gives you the creeps? Well, this next story takes that feeling to a whole new level. A young man was walking home late one night when he noticed a figure following him. At first, he thought nothing of it, but as he quickened his pace, so did the figure. When he finally mustered up the courage to confront his pursuer, he was met with a sight that would forever be etched in his mind. There, standing before him, was a man with the widest, most unsettling grin he had ever seen. The man just stood there, smiling, not saying a word. The young man ran for his life, but the image of that sinister smile still haunts him to this day. Story 5. The Clown Statue. Our final story is a classic case of be careful what you wish for. A teenage girl had always been fascinated by clowns and had amassed quite the collection of clown memorabilia. For her birthday, her parents decided to surprise her with a life-sized clown statue. They placed it in her room while she was at school, eager to see her reaction. However, when the girl returned home and entered her room, she let out a blood-curdling scream. There, sitting on her bed, was not a statue, but a real clown. The police were called, and it was later discovered that the clown was actually a mentally disturbed man who had broken into their home and posed as a statue. Talk about a birthday surprise gone wrong. These tales serve as a reminder that sometimes, the most frightening things in life aren't the monsters we see in movies, but the real people living among us. So, the next time you hear a strange noise in the middle of the night or see a shadowy figure in the corner of your eye, just remember, it might not be your imagination. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more scary content.